So, Pete Hegseth met with some top military folks today, huh? Want to know what he said? Have you seen it? Let's try to wrap it up in under 10 minutes. So let's talk about what just went down at Quantico with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. And what he said could completely reshape military and the culture as we know it. Sit down. So let's talk about the first portion of the meeting. Basically, this was not a regular briefing. Hegseth brought in hundreds of generals and admirals, 1 stars and above, for what he called a, quote, reset of America's armed forces. And his message today, the days of what he called, quote, political correctness in uniform are over. So here's where he's making headlines with some pretty blunt languages. He said, quote, no more fat generals, and told officers who disagreed with his agenda to go ahead and resign. He's also pushing for what he calls a, quote, no more walking on eggshells policy, meaning military leaders should no longer have to worry about equal opportunity or inspector general complaints unless there's what he calls, quote, credible, actionable evidence. He also wants to scale back harassment investigations and diversity programs, calling them distractions that weaken readiness. His message was clear today. The military's job is to fight wars, not manage feelings. So let's talk about what this means in a nutshell so that we're clear. The EO and IG complaint systems, the ones that protect service members from discrimination, bullying, and harassment, are about to get a lot narrower. Okay, anonymous complaints or those without hard proof could get thrown out before they're ever investigated. Survivors of harassment or abuse, especially women and LGBTQ service members, worry that this silences victims and emboldens those who are the abusers. And from stories that I have heard from people who have experienced it and decided to walk away and leave their military careers, this is horrifying. On the other side, commanders who say they've been drowning in paperwork and false claims see this as a relief. So what Hegseth and the Trump administration are doing here isn't just about military discipline, it's about control. And I need y'all to understand that part. So what they're doing is they're shifting power back to commanders and shrinking the channels for accountability. So we get ready to lose all that, okay? Critics say this could undo decades of progress in protecting service members from discrimination and retaliation. So here's what you can expect in the next coming weeks, right? Expect lawsuits, congressional hearings, and maybe some high-profile resignations behind this. So for the people who wear the uniform, especially those who've ever filed a complaint, this policy is actually going to change the entire culture overnight. You can expect that. And for the rest of us, we need to stay informed, continue to remain informed, because how the military treats its own people is a reflection of how our government actually values justice. So here's what I need you all to do. Stay aware, stay involved, stay woke, and remember that we still the people. We'll see you around.